Hey YouTube, it's your girl Diva Dimples coming in for a check-in. Basically, I just wanted to do a video because it's been about 2 months since I actually put out my last video. And I always want to come back and give to the community that gave so much to me. Well, since the last time I spoke with you guys, it was my birthday, I think. I think it was my birthday coming up. And since then, I've gone through a lot of challenges. And I actually have... went through the holidays and everything of that nature. As you know, just for a little quick recap, I had the vertical sleeve gastrectomy on March the 15th, 2011. So basically this year, 2014, I will be approaching in March 3 years out post-op. So again, like I said in probably a ton of my videos, I don't regret anything. If I had to do it again, I would do it again. Of course, I did it for, health reasons because, of course, I was with high blood pressure and things of that nature. But I wanted to give you a report on me. Basically, I'm fine. But I wanted to basically give you an insight as to, I guess, for all you newbies out there that's actually doing research and doing the surgery. And I've had a couple of my friends that I actually even convinced to have the surgery, which is, going well for them. One thing that I realized in this whole entire journey is that from day one, we struggled with our weight. And 3 years out and beyond surgery, I'm still struggling with my weight. One thing that we have to keep in mind is that we have to put it in our mind that this is something that we want for ourselves, to better ourselves or to get a certain outcome, if you will. If you're having this surgery because you think is the cure-all, end-all, absolutely not. And the reason why I'm saying this is because, I normally start off with what I actually weigh. And like I told you in my last video, I probably was about 150, between 155. Well, lo and behold, I guess the light bulb came on for me. My mom was in town, and of course, when your parents come in town, it's like, you're cooking all that good food and you're trying to eat what you can, because I still have a lot of restriction. However, when I got on the scale, which basically during the holiday season, I'm gonna be honest with you, I actually not necessarily lost it because I can't eat a lot, but I did not follow my normal routine. That lifestyle change. I was pinching, nibbling, eating, whatever, not exercising like I should because I had family, and so you get caught up in the realm of things. So I said all that to say is that along this journey, sometimes you lose focus, and the bottom line is that I gained weight. So instead of being 150, 155, I was almost approaching 160, and I could have had a heart attack because that was my first time ever really gaining weight. But that actually needed to happen for me because for the long time I have been staying at a plateau where I didn't really gain any weight. I wasn't really losing any weight, but I wasn't gaining any because I was just basically doing what I normally do, my water intake, my vitamins, eating what I can, getting the protein in first. So this kind of scared me when I got on the scale and I saw 159, and then one time I got on it was like 160. I almost had a heart attack, and it brought up all kind of emotions for me. It brought up like failure. It brought up like, oh my God, it's going to be just like everybody else say, the surgery didn't work. The surgery did work. It did exactly what it's supposed to do. Give me a smaller stomach to restrict the amount of food that I can eat. However, my job is to work on eating the correct foods, a combination of healthy foods and exercising. I said this before and I'll say it again. It's like this surgery is a reset button. It's not the cure-all be-all because you can still gain weight. It's giving us that jump start we need to start our life over again, to live a healthy lifestyle, and even during the holidays. And don't get me wrong, everything in moderation. We nibble here or nibble there, that's fine, but make sure you just keep it under control, because I kid you not, you guys, and it takes me everything in me right now to like hold in like my emotions and to be honest with you guys, because everybody get on here, they don't be honest. They talk about, oh, the surgery is wonderful, whatever. They done had plastic surgery. I haven't had no plastic surgery. I mean, that's another thing I'll be talking about a little later. But it just brought up all kind of emotions, and what that told me was that, okay, Diva Dimples, did you fix the inside? Did you fix what caused you to be fat in the first place? Was it an emotion? Were you an emotional eater? Was you, the habits that got you there is the habits that you need to work on. Not necessarily focusing on if the surgery is going to work for you, because it's going to work if you do the work that you need to do. However, I took it as, I need to work on me. And what I found since this surgery, I'm finding a new me. And I get frustrated sometimes when I'm eating, because I still have major restriction on certain things, especially chickens, heavy things and stuff like that. So what I find myself doing is finding little things like slider foods that really don't hurt going down or give me any kind of, like going down. So what I'll do is try to lean on those to eat, and not necessarily eating the right foods. And that's what I was doing during the holiday season, cheating, nibbling here, snacking there, and I needed a well-balanced meal throughout the day. So it really scared me, you guys, because I really felt like a failure. I felt like, oh my God, I'm going to be 300 pounds again. And we have to fix the inside. The inside. Because now, with that being said, I guess all my inner whatever is coming out, and I just feel like I'm not happy with myself. We have these surgeries time and time again, for whatever reason. Gastric bypass, the vertical sleeve, the whatever. And I'm crying because so many people have this because of what people think and how people treat them. And since I've had the surgery, I kid you not, I have been treated much differently than I was when I was 300 pounds. But I'm crying because this surgery is not going to help the emotional you, the psychological you. It's going to help the physical you, but you have to work on yourself. And I said that to say, because I'm sitting here all this time, and I'm still happy, of course, don't get me wrong, with the outcome of the surgery. But when I gained the weight, I felt like a failure. I felt like, oh my God, I started panicking. I felt, like, oh my God, everybody's going to talk about me, everybody's looking, because even somebody told me that day, oh, when you're going to gain that weight back, huh? I noticed the weight gain, and it's been a couple of pounds, but I notice it in my clothes, the way I feel. And at this point, I just need to get back on track. I'm not a failure, even though I felt like that. And it brought up all kind of other things. Like, so now I'm looking in the mirror, looking at my body, and the skin that's always been there since I've had the surgery, the excess skin, is bothering me now. I feel like it's hanging even more. So it's working on me, and I'm like saying, you know what, I want to have surgery now. And don't get me wrong, some of us really do need to have the excess skin removed. I've been now personally researching places to see if anyone, because it's expensive for cosmetics. I can't afford it at this point. So, if I probably can afford it, I probably have it. And some of us on this, site have had plastic surgery. So, of course, they're going to look good or whatever. But I can't afford it at this point. But somebody was referring me to like a burn center where they will do skin removal surgery for pro bono. I'm not even sure how that works. I'm not sure if that's actually the correct information. But I have been researching places where I can get the surgery done or whatever, because of course my insurance won't cover it. Some people saying that if you have like any kind of like rashes or anything that you can say that the skin is causing a problem with, you can get the surgery done, through your insurance. But that's just not happening for me. And I'm not going to lie and say I'm having some kind of rash or whatever, and your doctor has to approve it so it can be approved or whatever. So I'm sorry if I'm getting emotional, you guys. Y'all know I rarely do that, but it just shows me that we have to work on each other. And don't get me wrong, I still look good, I still feel good, and but we have to work on our inside in order for us to be successful in long-term weight loss. following some type of diet where you're getting your proteins in, you're getting your, your vegetables in, you're getting your water intake in, you're getting a well balanced, meals in, and of course I know eating healthy can be expensive, but there's ways around it, and we just have to research that. They give, like right now, it's the new year. So many people are giving so many informations about diets because, the first 2 months of the year, everybody want to work out, want to lose weight. But for me, it's a constant thing, and I have to be realistic with myself and realize that, hey, yes, you had the vertical sleeve. Yes, you lost over 110 pounds. Yes, you have been successful for 3 years. However, if you get back off a track, you will gain weight. Now, will I gain the whole 110 pounds back? I definitely not hope not, but 110 subtracted 5 or 6 pounds, I'm inching up. So it just kind of scared me. So it just made me realize to do a self-check. Get yourself in check and realize, hey, don't fall back into those old eating habits that we had, fast foods. Well, I don't even drink soda. I do water, but I used to didn't do sweet tea, but now I've been drinking a little sweet tea. So, I know what my triggers are. I know what has caused me to gain this weight. And it was for the holiday because that's when I got off track. So I just have to put myself back on track. Any advice that you guys can give me or anything that can help me out, or that, there's not too many of us that like 3 years or over. I know there's a large community of us, but if anyone that's out, further than I am, that can give me some guidance on how they started to lose weight after, they hit that plateau of not losing weight after that long, as I call the honeymoon period, is over, please send me an email. I'll be glad to take that advice and put it in effect. But I'm going to keep it short because I'm just, wanted to update you on me and let you know that I'm doing fine. But to give you guys the real, with how this weight thing works. I still have major restriction. I struggle when I eat. It still hurt going down. I still can't eat certain foods. I get depressed sometimes when I'm eating, especially with a group of people, because they're eating and 2-3 bites, I'm full. But this is the life that I chose, and this is the life that we chose, taking these surgeries and stuff like that. And it's not for everyone, but it was for me. And I just have to I tell y'all this all the time. I have no bells and whistles on these videos. I just have to come and sit down with you guys and let y'all know what happens on a day-to-day basis. You're going to still struggle with your weight. You're going to still feel fat. You're going to still feel, if you don't work on your inner side. It's like, not only are we working on our physical, we have to work on our mental and how we cope with different emotions. Like, when you feel like you're a failure, what do you consider being a failure? Or gaining weight, not looking good in your clothes, not reaching a certain size that you want, not being able to eat a certain thing. So whatever your trigger is, and I guess for me, I haven't, since the surgery, I really haven't gained any weight. So for me to gain over 3 pounds, it blew me out of the water. I was like, oh shit. I was really scared. I was like, oh my God, I have to do something to get myself back on track. But I know exactly what I did to get myself off track, which was not eating properly, not exercising. And okay, I'll give myself that. But now it's time to get myself together. And I'm sorry I got emotional, but it's like, I just want to be real with you guys because we all going to face different challenges. So at the same time, I'm here to support you guys. Any questions or advice that y'all can give me, of course, I answer you guys' questions as much as I can, but I just want to thank you for your continued support and keeping a support system. And what I'm going to start back doing, which I rarely did, I did it a little bit in the beginning, and I think sometimes we need to look back on the beginning of our journey, the ones who are further out, and the ones you can take this advice, the ones that's just starting. Journaling your food, writing down, making yourself accountable of everything that you put in your mouth, because I tell you, for me, it's 95% of what I eat that makes me gain the weight or lose the weight, and then the 5% exercise. I definitely exercise, but it's what you put in the mouth and how much and what. So I think I'm going to get a nice little pretty journal, and journal what I'm eating each day, because that will give me something in black and white to refer to see where I'm going wrong, and then try to stay under a certain calorie base. So I just want to get on a little to give you a little update on me. I'm fine, and I'm going to stand up in a minute so y'all can see how I look, because I haven't did a full body shot in a while. But it's really not much to look at. Look like my hips are wide. But let me pull the chair out again, and y'all can see me. Okay, as you can see, I'm still here. Hips is not going anywhere. And see, this is my problem here, this little pouch here that I have with my stomach. And I think that's the excess skin here. And of course, I have excess skin here. And of course, like in between my legs. But for the most part, this is me. You know, I just come from work, so I look a mess. But, you know, I have no support on. So, you know, this is it. This is me. Like I said, again, since my last video, I gained about 5 pounds. And I can feel it. And it's here. And it's here. And it just scared me. So I'm just like trying to work on myself, trying to get back in the rhythm of exercising and doing the right things, you know, to get back on track. And that's one of the most important things. When you fall off track or you feel like you did something that wasn't in line of making yourself a better person, you just have to, how to say, get back on that bike and do it again. And I know that the weight will come off, but I do need some ideas or some motivations on how, at this point, at 3 years out, how to continue to lose weight, because I haven't technically reached my actual initial goal that I set. You know, I want to be like at 140, but I'm thinking, is that realistic for me? Because from where I am now, that's almost 15 to 20 pounds. So, you know, people say you look great, don't lose no more weight, you're going to look sick. So I'm physically trying to figure out, will that be something that I can maintain without starving myself or, you know, eating improperly. So, like I said again, 140 is where I want to be, but I'm, of course, fluctuating or whatever. So I just wanted to give y'all a true body shot of myself. Of course, I got wide hips, so it is what it is. But just wanted to give you an update, YouTube, on how I was doing. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you to all my new subscribers. I can't thank you enough, even the ones that was from Dr. Lavin's office, because I know now, since I did the video for my doctor, he has been referring a lot of you guys to my page. Any questions that I can answer, I will, you know, just hit me up. And thank you for your support. Bye-bye.